Has a simple walk around the block started to feel a little different lately? Maybe you find yourself thinking twice about that step off the curb, where you hold the railing just a little tighter going down the stairs. That feeling isn't something you just have to get used to as you get older. It's your body's way of asking for a little more support. And the most powerful support system you can give it doesn't come from a pill bottle. It comes from your plate. What if I told you that the secret to staying agile, strong, and independent is hiding in plain sight, in your very next meal? It's about giving your body the very best tools to keep you doing all the things you love for years and years to come. And believe it or not, one of the most powerful tools is sitting right there in your refrigerator and pantry. Today, we're going to have a wonderful chat about that. We're talking about the foods that help build strong, resilient bones after 60. This isn't a lecture. Think of it as a friendly conversation, sharing some of nature's best secrets for a vibrant, active life. And if you stick around, I promise you'll discover some simple, delicious, and practical ways to nourish your body from the inside out. Now, before we dive into the delicious details, let's take a gentle moment to understand why this is so important for us right now. It's like knowing why you're reinforcing the foundation of a beloved family home. Our bones aren't just static sticks holding us up, they are living, breathing tissue, constantly remodeling themselves. When we're younger, our bodies build new bone faster than it breaks down old bone. But as we age, and especially for women after menopause, that balance naturally begins to shift. We start to lose bone density a little bit faster than we can replace it. This is a perfectly normal part of the aging process, but it doesn't mean we're powerless. What it means is that the choices we make become even more impactful. The food we choose to eat becomes the very building blocks our body uses to fight that natural decline. It's our way of saying, "I've got your back, skeleton." And it's not just about calcium. A strong bone needs a whole construction crew: vitamin D to help absorb that calcium, magnesium to help incorporate it into the bone, potassium to neutralize acids that can leach calcium away, and protein to provide the flexible framework that bone minerals cling to. It's a team effort. So, now that we have a gentle understanding of why our bones need a little extra love after 60, let's move on to the fun part, meeting that all-star construction team, starting with the most famous player of them all. Oh, and if you're finding this information helpful, would you do me a kindness? If you could hit that like button below and subscribe to the channel, it would mean the world. It helps this little community of ours grow and allows me to keep creating content that supports your health and happiness. Thank you for that. So, let's talk about calcium and its best friends. Let's start with calcium, the cornerstone of bone health. We all grew up hearing, "Drink your milk for strong bones," and that advice still holds tremendous value. But here's the beautiful thing: the world of calcium-rich foods is so much wider and more exciting than a simple glass of milk, though that's still a wonderful choice. Think about creamy, plain yogurt. A single cup can provide nearly half of your daily calcium needs. It's also packed with protein and those friendly probiotics that are so good for our gut health, which is connected to everything. And then there's cheese. A little sprinkle of Parmesan on your pasta, a slice of Swiss on a whole grain cracker, or a bit of cottage cheese with some fresh peaches for breakfast. These aren't just treats, they're opportunities to feed your bones. But what if dairy isn't your friend? Maybe you're lactose intolerant, or you just don't care for it. That's perfectly okay. Nature has provided us with a stunning array of non-dairy calcium powerhouses. Let's talk about leafy greens. Dark, leafy greens like cooked kale, collard greens, and especially bok choy are absolute superstars. A cup of cooked bok choy delivers a hefty dose of highly absorbable calcium. And don't forget about fortified foods. Many brands of almond milk, oat milk, orange juice, and even certain cereals are fortified with calcium and vitamin D, making them a fantastic and easy addition to your day. It's like they've done half the work for you. Now, all that calcium is wonderful, but it's not much use if your body can't properly absorb it. That's where our next team member comes in, the key that unlocks the door: vitamin D. Vitamin D is often called the sunshine vitamin, and for a good reason. Our amazing bodies can actually produce it when our skin is exposed to sunlight. But as we get older, our skin becomes less efficient at producing vitamin D, and we might spend less time outdoors. Plus, depending on where you live, the sun might not be strong enough for a good part of the year. This makes getting vitamin D from our food absolutely crucial. So, where do we find it? Fatty fish are the rock stars here. A nice, simple serving of salmon, tuna, or mackerel isn't just a delicious dinner, it's a direct deposit of vitamin D into your bone health account. Canned fish, like sardines and salmon with their soft, edible bones, are a double whammy, giving you both calcium and vitamin D in one convenient package. Egg yolks are another humble source. Don't skip the yolk, that's where the good stuff is. And again, those fortified foods we mentioned, milks, juices, and cereals, often have vitamin D added right in, making it easier than ever to get this vital nutrient. It's a beautiful partnership. Calcium builds the bone, and vitamin D makes sure the building materials actually get to the construction site. But a construction site needs more than just bricks and a foreman. It needs skilled workers to put everything together. That's where magnesium and potassium come in. These are the unsung heroes of bone health, quietly working behind the scenes. Magnesium plays a critical role in converting vitamin D into its active form so it can do its job absorbing calcium. It's also a key part of the bone crystal itself. You can find magnesium in so many delicious foods. Think about a handful of almonds or cashews as a snack. What about a bowl of black beans or a serving of edamame? Even something as simple as a baked potato with the skin on or a banana is a step in the right direction. And then there's potassium. Potassium helps to neutralize metabolic acids that our body produces naturally. If these acids aren't neutralized, they can actually leach calcium right out of our bones to balance our body's pH. It's like the calcium is slowly washing away. Potassium helps stop that. Wonderful sources of potassium include sweet potatoes, white potatoes, bananas, oranges, tomatoes, and cantaloupe. So, that banana you have with your breakfast isn't just for energy, it's helping to guard the calcium in your bones. Finally, we can't forget about protein. For a long time, there was a myth that too much protein could be bad for bones, but we now know that's not true for the vast majority of people. Protein makes up about 50% of our bone volume and 1/3 of its mass. It provides the flexible collagen framework that gives bone its tensile strength, its ability to bend without breaking. Think of it like the rebar in concrete. Without the rebar, the concrete is brittle. Without adequate protein, our bones can become more fragile. As we age, we need to be especially mindful to get enough protein to maintain muscle mass, which supports our skeleton and helps prevent falls, and to maintain that strong bone matrix. This doesn't mean you need to eat a huge steak every day. It means incorporating good sources of protein throughout your day. Enjoy some Greek yogurt for breakfast, have a few ounces of grilled chicken or fish with your lunch, add some lentils or chickpeas to your soup or salad, or maybe have a couple of eggs. It's about consistent, gentle nourishment. Now, I want to share a story about my friend, Eleanor. Eleanor is 72 and an avid gardener. A few years back, she started feeling a bit more fragile, a little less steady on her feet. She was worried about falling while tending to her prized roses. Instead of giving up her passion, she decided to get strategic with her food. She started making a simple smoothie every morning with plain yogurt, a handful of spinach, a banana, and a splash of fortified orange juice. For lunch, she often has a big salad with chickpeas and a can of salmon or tuna. She snacks on almonds and an apple. She didn't make drastic changes, she just made little shifts. And she told me recently that she feels stronger now than she did 5 years ago. She's out in her garden for hours, feeling confident and joyful. That's the power of food. It's not about restriction, it's about addition. It's about adding in these wonderful, nutrient-dense foods that make you feel vibrant and strong. Of course, it's also helpful to be aware of a few things that can work against our bones if we have too much of them. Sodium, for instance. A diet very high in sodium can cause your body to excrete more calcium through your urine. This doesn't mean you need to eat a completely bland diet. It just means being mindful. Instead of reaching for the salt shaker automatically, try experimenting with other herbs and spices: rosemary, thyme, garlic, onion powder, a squeeze of lemon juice. They can bring incredible flavor without the extra sodium. And while the occasional glass of wine or beer is a pleasure for many of us, it's wise to be mindful of alcohol, as excessive consumption can interfere with the body's ability to absorb calcium and vitamin D. It's all about balance and enjoying life's pleasures in a way that supports your overall well-being. So, we've met the whole team: calcium, vitamin D, magnesium, potassium, and protein. They're all there, waiting for you in the most delicious places. But knowing what to eat is one thing, putting it all together into a daily pattern of eating that is enjoyable and sustainable is another. And that's exactly what we're going to explore next. Let's bring it all to the table and talk about how to weave these bone-building superstars into your meals in a way that feels easy, natural, and utterly delicious. So, how do we bring this all together into a day of eating? It's simpler than you might think, and it doesn't require you to become a gourmet chef. Let's paint a picture of a day. Imagine starting your morning with a bowl of oatmeal made with fortified milk instead of water. Stir in a spoonful of almond butter for magnesium and protein, and top it with a handful of berries. Or, if you're in a hurry, that smoothie like my friend Eleanor makes: yogurt, a handful of spinach, a banana, and some fortified orange juice. For lunch, how about a hearty soup? A lentil soup is fantastic. Lentils provide protein, magnesium, and potassium. Have a side salad with some chickpeas and a sprinkle of cheese on top. Or maybe a simple tuna salad sandwich on whole grain bread with a glass of milk. For dinner, keep it simple and satisfying. A piece of baked salmon or a small chicken breast, a baked sweet potato with the skin on, and a generous portion of steamed broccoli or bok choy. And for snacks throughout the day, a piece of fruit like an orange or a banana, a small handful of nuts, a couple of whole grain crackers with a slice of cheese, or a cup of yogurt. See? There's no magic pill or strange, expensive food. It's about making small, smart choices with the familiar, wonderful foods that are already available to us. It's about adding one good thing at a time. Maybe this week, you decide to add a serving of yogurt to your day. Next week, you make a point to have fish for dinner twice. Small steps, consistently taken, lead to big, lasting changes. This is a journey of self-care, not a race. And remember, while food is our foundation, it works best as part of a team. Those gentle weight-bearing exercises, like walking, gardening, or even dancing around your living room to your favorite old tunes, are like a love letter to your bones. They sense the pressure and respond by saying, "We need to stay strong for this." And of course, always chat with your doctor or a registered dietitian. They know you and your unique health history. They can help you tailor these general ideas into a perfect plan for you, especially if you have any specific health conditions. They are your partners in health. As we wrap up our time together today, I want to leave you with this thought. Taking care of your bones isn't an act of fear about growing older. It's an act of love for the life you've built and the life you still have ahead of you. It's about honoring the body that has carried you through decades of laughter, challenges, and love. It's about making sure you can keep dancing at family weddings, playing on the floor with your grandchildren, and enjoying your morning walk in the park with ease and joy. You have the power to make a profound difference in your health and your happiness through the choices you make at your kitchen table. You truly do. I would love to hear from you. This isn't a one-way street. We are a community here, learning from each other. What is your favorite bone-healthy food? Do you have a cherished recipe that's both delicious and nutritious? Maybe a tip for getting a little more exercise into your day? Please share your thoughts, your stories, and your wisdom in the comments below. Your experience could be the very thing that inspires someone else to make a positive change. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today, for caring for your well-being, and for being a part of this conversation. If you enjoyed our chat and found it helpful, it would mean the world to me if you'd hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It's the best way to make sure you don't miss our future conversations about living well at every age. So from my heart to yours, thank you. Remember, it's never too late to nourish your body and invest in your strength. Here's to your health, your vitality, and to many, many more years of doing what you love. Take good care, and I'll see you next time.